Hi, welcome to this short fascial maneuver class targeting the hips and the lower back. So for today, I'm going to go through a few maneuvers that are really nice at opening up those areas. Of course, when we open up fascia in one area, because it's all connected, you may feel it in another, and the hips are connected to the shoulders. So you may find that your shoulders become a little bit more free, and even down into your toes. We know that our hips affect our knees and our feet, so it can even open up your toes and how you walk. So let me know what you notice at the end of this class, and let's get started. So for the first one, we're going to do a really nice one that opens up all of the lower back and even up into the shoulders. So for this one, this one is called Pullover. So we're going to use our left hand and we're going to grab around our rib cage there. We're going to pull the skin forward. With our right hand, we're going to place it down the back of our left shoulder. We're going to pull the skin forward. So you're pulling them both around forward. You're going to turn your head to the right. You're going to squat down a little bit, so you've got just a little bit of a bend in the knees there. We're then going to lift, keeping your head turned to the right. We're then going to lift your right shoulder up, and we're going to bring it up and over towards your left knee. You really want to curve your back. You don't want a straight spine. You want to try and curve. So we've brought this shoulder up and over to the left knee. We're looking over to the right. You're going to do your 3 breaths through your mouth and then 3 breaths through your nose and out your mouth. And then unravel. I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded after that one. So sometimes you may experience feeling a little bit lightheaded. That's just the fascia layers opening up. So shake that one off and we'll do the other side. So this time we're going to use the right hand and we're going to place it around the rib cage on the left. We're going to bring the skin forward. We're pushing. Then with our left hand, we're going on the back of our right shoulder and we're bringing the skin forward. And we've got this motion. We're turning the head to the left. We're bending down just a little bit. And then we're going to lift this left shoulder up and over toward your right knee, making sure your head is still turned to the left. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 breaths through your nose. 1, 2, 3, and then slowly unwinding, coming up and letting that integrate. So go for a little bit of a walk around. It can help to walk in a figure 8. So to integrate both sides, you can also do that with your hands. So as we start to open up the fascia layers, particularly when we work the hips, because we sit a lot, we hold a lot of like stiffness, and even sometimes we can hold our trauma in this area. So as we start to release it, we need to give our bodies some time to integrate the changes that are happening with the fascia opening up, bones, muscles, everything moving, even our organs, which the fascia goes through all of them. Okay, then we're going to just start on a couple of fronts. So whenever we have a sore back, it's really important that we work the front and vice versa. So going to show you some ones that you can do on the front. I'm going to start off with the psoas stretch. So with your right hand, we're going to put our hands just on the inside of your hip bone. So finding where that is on the right side, and you're going to push into the skin and pull up. You may already feel a bit of a stretch there, a bit of a pull. It's okay, it's not going to tear or do anything, it's fine. Then we're going to step back with our right foot. So stepping back with your right foot. And it doesn't have to be too far back, just whatever is comfortable. Then what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips forward. So pushing your hips forward, leaning back, looking up, and we're going to do 3 breaths through your mouth and then 3 breaths through your nose. You can, while you're breathing, you can move around a little bit, so you can go out to the side, you can turn inwards. Okay, and coming up. So what you may find is if you go for a little bit of a walk is that you'll find a bit of a difference between your right and left glute. So often it opens up and relaxes that glute that you have just done. Okay, now before we go to the other side, we're actually going to work our way across. So now what I want you to do is I want you to place your hands closer towards your belly button, so not at your hip, but more in line with your inside of your thigh. So not on your belly button, but beside it. And we're going to push in and we're going to pull up. So exactly what we've done over here, but now we've just moved our hands in towards our midline a little more. We're going to push in and pull up. This time, rather than going straight back, we're going to go out on an angle. So you've got a wider stance. This is going to go, the last one was more on the outside. This one does the inside of the leg, and also opening up, starting to open up our bladder and sex organs. Again, we're just doing the 3 breaths through your mouth and 3 breaths through your nose. You can move around like the other one, getting the angle that your body needs. And coming up. So again, just tuning in. Can you feel the difference between your right and your left? Now we are going to do the bladder. So again, often if your bladder and your sex organs are out of place, that can pull on your fascia and actually cause problems within your hips. So opening this up, and also we hold emotions within our organs, and our emotion that we hold in our bladder is fear. So really nice at releasing our fear as well. So we're going to go just above your pubic bone. For this one, I'm going to get you to start with leaning forward. So I just want you to lean forward a little bit. You're going to push in and pull up, so like we've been doing. Then you're going to stand up, and again, we're pushing those hips forward. So we've pulled up, we've pushed those hips forward. And again, you're doing your 3 breaths through your mouth and 3 breaths through your nose. You can actually also add an affirmation here. So you can say something, and you can change it up to suit you, something along the lines of, I thank you, body, for holding on to this fear and keeping me safe. It no longer serves me, and I release all of my fear. I am safe, I am protected, and I am loved. So saying affirmations is really, really powerful and can be done even when, and similar to setting an intention. So even before your practice, thinking about how I'm about to work my fascia. I'm opening up and releasing my fascia. I'm allowing that to go. So really powerful practice before you do start is actually setting an intention. What do you want to get out of this? So moving on to the middle. So again, we're not over at the hip, we're sort of in this alignment. There's my belly button. I'm just to the side of the belly button. You can go skin on skin, or you can go over your clothes. I'm going this side. I'm going to do skin on skin just to show the difference. So we're going to push in. We're going to pull up. Now with this one, this is the wide stance. So we're going to go into a wide little thing, making sure we've got that back leg bent. We straighten it, can put pressure on the knee. So just remembering to tune into your body and what feels correct. And 3 breaths through your nose. And letting it go. Really nice. This is our liver meridian. So really nice at opening that up. I am actually going to do some meridian classes where we're going to open up our meridians, doing fascial maneuvers, as well as some tuning forks. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming in the next week or so. So now we're at our left hip. So we're going to find our left hip bone. We're going to go just on the inside of our left hip bone. We're putting our hands and we're pushing in and we're pulling up. This time we step straight back. Remember, it just needs to be at a comfortable position. We're not doing a full lunge. It's not a gym workout. We're pushing those hips forward. And you may find one side's a bit tighter than the other. I'm finding that right now. My left side's a little bit tighter. Just really enjoying what I'm doing now. Whew. And coming up. So I'll let you take a moment to integrate. Go for a little bit of a walk. Figure 8 if you can. You've got the space. Just allowing that openness, seeing, tuning in. How are you feeling? Are your hips feeling a bit freer? So when we open up at the front, we're also opening up at the back. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a pretzel squat. So this one can get a little bit convoluted, so follow along, see how you go. So with your right foot, we're going to, right, that is my left foot, I lie. With your left foot, I take that back, is going to be pointed straight ahead. Your right foot is going to be at a T to your right foot. We're going to step forward, doesn't have to be a massive step, a comfortable position. With your left hand, you're going to place it out in front of you. Your right hand is going to go on your hip here. We're going to push into this hand so we're leaning and our head is going over our left shoulder. We're going to bring our left hand up on our shoulder, our right shoulder, and our right hand is going to come back up behind. If you can't, just rest it on your back. It doesn't have to be up. But we've got this pushing of our hips and our head over our shoulder. Then we're going to go down. It's going to equally bend our legs. So we don't want one straight. We're going to equally bend our legs. And of course, we're doing the 3 breaths through your mouth. And 3 breaths through your nose. When you are here, you can find if you want to go forward, if you want to sit more up, you can rock a little bit from side to side, finding what's right for you. Now we're going to change our hands. So our right hand goes on our left shoulder, our left arm comes up behind it, and we're going to turn our head now to the left. To the right. 3 breaths through your mouth, and then 3 breaths through your nose. And coming up slowly. It's a bit of a thigh workout too, that one. Coming up slowly. Really powerful hip opener. Go for a little bit of a walk. Started to sweat after that one. So as we open up our fascia, often we do get really hot. Sometimes you can even get puffed. When I'm doing a class, I'm often out of breath. So it's quite amazing how we're not actually doing any cardio, but the energy that we're expending as our tight and constricted fascia start to open up. So we'll do the other side. See, I'm out of breath. So we're going to put our wrong again. Our right foot facing forward. Our left foot is now at a T. We're going to step forward. We're going to put our right hand out in front. Our left hand is on our hip, and we're pushing into this hip. We're looking over our right shoulder. Right hand up here. Our left hand up and behind. And squatting down. So 3 breaths through your mouth. At any time, if you're needing to, please come back up to wherever you're comfortable. If you can't, finding it's too hard to stay down. And 3 breaths through your nose. So often, if you need to, you can come up, swap your hands. So your left hand is going on your right shoulder and your right hand is going up behind your back. You're bringing your left shoulder forward and we're going to bend down again. We're looking over our left shoulder. 3 breaths through your mouth. And please just go down as far as is comfortable for you. 3 breaths through your nose. And slowly coming up. So I'm feeling quite warm after that one, a little bit lightheaded. So if you are feeling lightheaded, you can just place your hands on your chest, close down your eyes, center back into your body. Obviously, if you need to, please sit down. So that's a really powerful one at opening up the hips. As I said, we sit a lot, we hold a lot of trauma in our hips. So as we start to open them up, it can be quite a big release. And I'm puffing. So to finish off the class, this one's a really nice one to do. So we're going to have our hands like that. And we put them at the center of our back, our thumbs. Then we're going to pull out and then pull down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lean forward a little bit. So you're sort of bend, making a bend, a roundness, and just going from side. I like to bend my knees a little bit, really rounding that back and getting into those hips. Okay, now last one is that we're going to bring our hands, and I like to do this a bit lower, more towards your bottom. And we're just going to place the hands very similar to what we did here, but this time it's on the middle of our back. So more on our spine. We're just going to pull down and do exactly the same thing. But with our hands there, and that just opens up all along the spinal column. Again, you can move. Okay. All right, so hopefully your hips and lower back are feeling all nice and open now. You can go out dancing, get those hips wiggling. It's always nice after the class to go for a bit of a walk instead of sitting straight back down again. We've just spent all this delicious time opening them up. Give your body a chance to actually integrate these changes. So just go for a bit of a walk, go stand outside. Grounding is also really important, that connection to earth. So thank you for joining me. Let me know how you feel, and